Welcome back to the workshop, everybody. So glad you could be with me here today. Walter here at the workbench. Where else would I be, right? So we're having a little trouble with our internet, so I want to make a really short video on sharpening and touch base with you on the progress I have made on the back of this really old Stanley. So as you recall, we didn't have it quite flat last time. We gave it a tap. And I've now gotten it to the point where I've got a front edge that's flat, but I can't get the whole back flat. So we're going to stick with the ruler technique. I have done this on the back here to 300. All I need to do now is hone the bevel. On 300 first. Let's see what I got. I've got a burr over most of it. Now, I did notice something about this blade. It is a laminated blade, meaning it has two types of metal in it. It's got the hardened tool steel out front, and it has the slightly less hard steel for the rest of it. I still haven't taken this to a grinder, so we're still getting a little bit of the, how shall I call it, a convex grind by honing it this way. I got a little spot here and a little spot here I want to address. So I hope you're having a good day. It turned colder again here overnight. A little snow this morning. Still not at the corner. I don't know about you, but I'm looking forward to spring getting here soon. And there we go. All right, so for 300, I'm good. Put the ruler on, put the blade down, and just take that burr off. I'm doing it on the 300 first because we still have to polish it on the 1000. So we can flip this over to the 1000, a little bit of oil. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to address the flat back. The thing with these older blades, they're thin. You have to put even pressure. So get your fingers across the whole thing. Because if I were to put pressure just on one spot, these two other sides will be bending up. You need even pressure on thin blades. And there goes the ruler. So how are we doing here? A little bit more. Out to the edge of your stone. Even pressure, corners, middle. This is what is known as the initialization or the setup. This is not how I would sharpen on a daily basis. I'd be 1, 2, 3, I'd be done. All right, so now we can go to the bevel. Ten strokes. What do we got? We got a burr almost across the whole back. A couple of seconds on one corner, a couple of seconds on the other corner. Thank you to Mr. Rob Cosman for reminding us how to do that. I'm still not happy. Still not happy with this one side. One side still has a little bit more metal that should come off. Remember what I said, these are thin blades and they do bend. All right. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Ruler trick. Ruler technique. Thank you, David Charlesworth. We take that back burr off. No burrs. Sharp edge. Honing paste on hard maple. Just flat on the back, lifting ever so slightly. One of these days, I'm going to have a power burnisher, power strop. That's what I want. And that's what I was hoping to make out of the power hone. Okay. I believe that is initialized, ready to test. I brought out a piece of cherry today. Cherry is one of my more favorite woods. I see something here I want to get off. When you're setting up your chip breaker, one of the things you can do is to hone or strop the front edge. You're not rounding it, you're just taking that front edge and giving it a polish. This one's going to take a little time, but we do a little bit each time you sharpen. Remember the old saying, inch by inch, it's a cinch. Yard by yard, it gets mighty hard. All right. We get as close as we dare. That's where I want it. All right, let's see how we did. Pop the hood on. Look for the blade. There's nothing there. There it is. Let's see what we got. This is a piece of highly figured cherry. Now, one of the things in the future I would like to try and explain is how to set up your plane so you can plane in any direction, not just with the grain. All right. See how fine we can go. And this wood is dry. It's been in here a long time. But in theory, if your plane is set up properly, you should be able to plane in any direction with minimal tear out. Now, right now, this is set up with a medium to heavy opened mouth. All right, so now I'm going against the grain, so to speak. I'm just slowly creeping up on the shaving. All right, so we're getting fine shavings. Against the grain. Because you're going to, at some point, you will get into a situation where you're going to have to plane and the grain is going in all different directions. So that's working fine that way. It's working fine this way. Leaving a smooth finish. And if I flip the board over, the grain is going to be going different direction over here. We don't have a straight edge yet. That's why it's going. So this side has some reversing grain. So we're getting a slight bit of tear out right there. Would it be better the other way around? No, I don't think so. So one thing we can try, yeah, see, it's worse in this direction, but one thing we can try is to get the chip breaker even closer to that cutting edge. We'll give that a whirl, as they say. All right. That's closer. Let's see if that made a difference. I'm going to have to back that off. Okay, let's creep up on it. No cut on the right. We got cut on the left. We have to move that over. No cut on the right. Very little cut on the left. Now we can advance on it. Can you hear the difference already? There is a difference in the cut by the way I move that chip breaker forward. A little bit more to the left. Okay, so now listen. Hear that clicking? Right there. That's where the grain changes. but that is significantly smoother. So in this situation, I would not be using a number 6 4-plane. I would use a number 4, 4.5, or even a tightly fitted number 3. Right there. The grain changes and goes round and round there. That's the same thing on that whole surface. I hand planed this a couple years ago. I think I might have done it on camera. It has shellac on it right now. So that's about it, everybody. Hope you're having a great day. If this was helpful, give the old like, make sure you're subscribed, and share this with everybody. Head out to your shop. Go make some shavings. Walter out.